Are you worried about passing the National Home Inspector's exam? As of the filming of this video, I just passed the NHIE 6 months ago. Today I will discuss the study tips I used to pass this very difficult exam. My number one tool to pass this test, believe it or not, were flashcards. Now, how I use flashcards is as I studied or as I took my practice exams. If I came across questions that concerned me or I didn't know the answer to, I would write them down. I would write the answer on the back of the flashcard, and then I would be able to access this as I studied to help me refresh things I was not too sure about. The biggest thing I want to say about flashcards is you need to keep them simple. You don't want to write out elaborate answers or questions. You want basic, simple questions so they're easy to go through and they're easy to study as you use your flashcards. You want to keep your time with flashcards short. I usually want about 15 to 20 minutes. If I got the answer, I would put it on the side. If I did not get the answer, I would put it on the other side. Then as I went through the day, I would go over the questions that I missed until I got them. By the end of the day, I would be out of flashcards. I would put them all back together, and the next day I would start again. This eventually led to my pile getting smaller and smaller, but it still exists. And it just goes to prove you are constantly learning as a home inspector. Now, some people like to use apps or web pages to help with their flashcards, but I found that writing the flashcard down and the question and the answer helped me recall this stuff when I needed it. I also recommend that you have a friend hold up and help test you on these flashcards because you can be more honest with yourself. You're not holding up the card, you're not peeking, someone is showing it to you, and you're under pressure and stress, and this will help you recall these answers during the test. So don't be afraid to get a friend to help you go through your flashcards and help you study. Number two, I would recommend an online service or an app like Quizlet. This can help you organize your questions. It can even help you generate random questions. So using an online tool or app like Quizlet or ChatGPT can be a very big help in helping you organize and get the questions you need. I will put links to these services down in the comments. My third tip would be time management. You don't want to sit down and try and power through an 8-hour study session. This is just going to burn you out, intimidate, and confuse you. Long-term study, you want to keep around 30 minutes to 2 hours. Once you get past 2 hours, you're hitting fatigue, you're hitting boredom, and you may start to rush through questions and answers and not thoroughly study things like you should. So I recommend keeping things under 2 hours. Once you reach the 2-hour mark, stop, take a break, go get some fresh air, relax, eat something, and go back to your study session well-fed, rested, and with a better attitude. Number four would be what to study. You want to be very clear on your weak points. You want to be very clear on your terminology and your measurements. You do this by doing your practice exams. You should be at a school that gives you unlimited practice exams, so when you go through this test, you can take these exams over and over again. This will give you a very good idea of your weak points. What I did is as I took my practice exams, I would get the results afterwards. It would show me the questions I missed and the answers. I would then put these questions and answers on flashcards and then be able to go through them throughout the day whenever I had a minute to go over and learn these questions that I was lacking on or I did not know the proper terminology. In powerlifting, we call this attacking your marshmallow. You don't want to continue to work on your strong points. You want to attack and focus on your weak points until these become your strong points. This is how you become smarter and a better inspector. You cannot be afraid to ask for help and advice as you study and learn. One thing I would do is I found a very good, credible YouTube channel from NHIE. This was a very big help to me as I tried to learn certain systems and structures that I did not fully understand. Number five, you want to organize your notes. You want to keep these all arranged and set up so that you know how to go through them. You can access information easily and when you need it or whenever you have questions. A very good tool I used for this was ChatGPT. You can enter in all your information. I put this information in, it was a jumbled mess. And then I gave it a prompt to organize the information and it organized all of this for me instantly and I could print it out and use it as a study guide as I went along. ChatGPT will also generate you random questions out of the information you entered into it. All you got to do is give it all this information and then ask it to generate you random questions, and then this will also help you practice for this very difficult exam. I can't stress to you enough the importance of ChatGPT, but you want to make sure the information you enter into it is correct, or it's going to continually train you on the wrong information, and this is not going to turn out well when you finally take this test. Number 6, and one of the most important, is your practice exams. Your school should have these available to you. If not, you can look at NHIE. They have several randomly generated tests that will help you practice for this test. But you have got to take these. You cannot take one test, get a good grade, a 97 and 98, and think you're going to pass. You are not. I took test after test, sometimes 3 or 4 a day. I would take the test, analyze my weak points, even if I only missed 2 or 3 questions, and I would retake the test until I was confident that I had the ability to pass. Being a home inspector is an honor. You are literally a guardian against people losing their life savings or buying a home that they are not going to be happy in. You need to take this seriously, and you need to be proud of being a home inspector. If you found any valuable information in this short study guide, like and subscribe, get in the comments, and share study tips that help you pass this very difficult exam.